Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. It's August the 3rd, 2017, and I'm sitting here with a friend of mine, a student, and someone I've known since you were a student at Cal State LA, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Long time.
And so it's great when some of the students who used to study with me come back and work, and we catch up. And reason I asked Carvell to be here today is because Carvell is a really wonderful person, a distinguished scholar, and has continued to play the trumpet and is planning to go on to get a master's in the commercial music at Cal State LA. And but also tell us what you also do. What's your day job?
My day job is I'm a middle school band director. I teach middle school in Compton.
And so tell me, how is it that you got into teaching middle school? Because you're a good player, you're a smart man, you could have done probably whatever you wanted to do. What is it about that?
Well, I absolutely love playing. But even when I was at Cal State LA, I started actually working with students. I actually started as a teacher assistant at a special ed school, and then I worked for a number of years in foster care and worked with students there. And a friend of mine, a trombone player, said, "Hey man, you work with kids and you're playing on the side. Why don't you try and kind of join the things? And we need some teachers in Compton." So
nice.
I went and interviewed to teach in Compton. That was, I think 13 years ago. I've been teaching. So
tell me a little bit about Compton, because there are probably people all over the world that are watching this, and maybe some of them never heard of Compton. So
well, generally people know Compton for rap music and and
right.
some of the violence and that type of thing. But all of that exists there. But Compton is a great city. I actually just recently moved out of Compton. I lived in Compton for about 10 years also. I love it. My students, are some of them can be challenging, but it's a great thing, man. Music is a blessing, and in the band room, everything is all about music, and regardless of the things that people or kids and everything are dealing with in their daily lives, the band room is where you can come and make music and hang out together. So that's the beautiful thing about that.
Yeah, and so when you go and you teach music, is there a situation that does come up once in a while where a student may misbehave?
Oh yeah, there's a few misbehaviors.
Okay, that's good to hear, because that can happen in any school, right?
Absolutely.
That just doesn't happen in Compton. So every teacher has to be prepared for that.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
But some teachers are scared of Compton because they hear that there's a lot of gang violence and things like that.
That's true.
Right? And so again, you could have chosen something that would have had different kinds of challenges, right?
Sure.
But you work with students who are low income,
right,
who may be one parent families.
Right.
A lot of them, right?
No, many. There's all different types of problems. Sometimes no parents, sometimes foster parents, sometimes homelessness. There's a lot of different issues that confront many of
and so I've worked with some kids who would be considered, quote, and I think this is a terrible word, underprivileged.
I understand.
I think that's a terrible way of putting it.
You're right.
I think economically challenged, perhaps, or parentally challenged, or something like that.
Yeah.
To the extent that maybe they don't have the kind of money, they don't have the same kind of parental guidance. But what the kids have always shown me, that if you respect them,
absolutely,
I think that's the most important thing. If I work with younger people, no matter what part of the country or world they're from,
right,
if you show them some respect, I've noticed that it's returned.
That's right. People are people, man.
Yeah.
And I respect you for saying that and doing the same thing. It really is, the respect that you have for them. Now, there are people that are students that are more challenged in life than others. That's true. But when you're able to provide something, that some stability in a music classroom, and regardless of how tough, how tough they're dishing things out to you sometimes even, but no matter how difficult things are, you can try and give some focus to it, it's extremely meaningful.
Yeah, and there's a saying that says the more difficult the challenge, the greater the rewards.
Absolutely.
Right. And I think there's some truth to that too.
Absolutely.
You know, and if in a sense, you know, I can connect Compton with Caltech because the Caltech students have their own kinds of challenges.
Okay.
They're brilliant and they're smart, you know, but there's certain challenges that come with being really brilliant and really smart.
Sure.
And yet they cope with them, and they look to music as something that helps them. And you know, so you know, that's one reason I went into teaching too, is because I think the rewards can be so great.
Absolutely.
So tell me some of the rewards that you've received as a teacher. You know, what is it that keeps you coming back?
My rewards are every day walking in and you know, I mean, I look at the band room the same way I do when I leave and I go play music in the evenings. I love to play music, whether it's jazz or classical or whatever. I'm hanging out with a bunch of musicians. And the fortunate thing about teaching is that's my day job. So I don't really have to be in a playing situation that I don't particularly want to be in.
That's nice.
So every situation that I'm in, it's because I want to be there, and it's hanging out with people that you know that I enjoy.
Right.
And it's the exact same thing in my classroom. I think middle school kids are challenging as far as it's a lot of work. But at the same time, you know, when you're able to go and enjoy what you do each day, you know, enjoy those kids' faces and the jokes and the stuff that they do. Yeah, man, it's really cool.
Yeah, I think it is a gift. And so I very often talk about performances and playing on my videos and things like that. But I certainly think it's important. That's why I'm so glad you're here to talk about it today, is that, you know, there are wonderful ways in which we can spend time making music and sharing that experience, whether it's performing or teaching. You know, they both have their own rewards.
Oh, absolutely.
So I think it's important for us to make sure that everybody who's listening.
You know, if I may, now I get to come and you know work on things with you. And, you know, the funny thing with a classroom, and I know you know that, is at the begin, and especially middle school, at the beginning of the year, you know, in a couple of weeks for me, there'll be about 100 kids that walk into my class that have no idea what a trumpet, a clarinet, a flute. They don't even know what that is.
Amazing.
And at the end of and in June, they'll be making really nice music. You get to see that every single year after year, kids who go from, you know, not even knowing what a clarinet is to, you know, playing a really nice concert. You know, and actually we do at least two concerts a year. That, you know, that type of growth is a tremendous thing to see.
And I think that's part of one thing I love about teaching is and playing the trumpet is it has unique challenges. And it's not like anybody can write the perfect book for your situation, or for your chops, or for your teaching situation. You kind of have to figure it out, man. You can get help from other people, but the bottom line is you got to figure it out for yourself and what works.
Correct. Absolutely.
Yeah. So here's to the teachers, right?
Yeah, that's right. Here's to the teachers.
The teachers, man, who help us become players and better people, more importantly, which is what it's all about. So, all right, Carvell, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll hope a lot of people get to see this video because I think it's really important.
Great. I appreciate it.
Okay, man.